So first of all, why care about a channel sales program? A couple of reasons that I can cite from HubSpot. First, in HubSpot, we drove about 40% of our revenue through the channel sales program. It was the single largest segment for a few of the years. Now, perhaps not so much. And then the second is that it had the best ratio of lifetime value to cost of acquisition of all the segments that we had in our sales. So at this point, if I was holding a mic, I would drop it and walk out. But since I don't have that, we'll keep going. Normally, when your CEO comes and says, we should build a channel sales program, the idea they have in mind is, let's sign up all these people, and we'll pay them lots of commission, and boom, they'll go and sell our stuff. And they think of it as a very cheap way to ramp up sales and get huge distribution. That's actually not likely to be very successful. And you can probably guess, perhaps looking at this picture, is if you take that approach, you tend to get resellers that are not very loyal to you. And loyalty ends up mattering a lot when you build a reseller program. What a channel program really is having this loyalty across a large group of resellers, so much so that they're actually a competitive moat in your company. And to be really specific, at HubSpot, when we filed for to go public, in our S1, we wrote that our reseller program was a competitive advantage. It made sense. We had something like 2,500 marketing agencies that sold for us and almost exclusively sold for us without even having to ever promise to be exclusive. That's a tremendous advantage. It's very hard for someone else to come in and then disrupt that because they're such a distributed force. So a channel program built well actually is a very strong competitive advantage, and as you can see, also has huge financial benefits. Okay. The first thing that I'd say is most people think of a channel sales program if they think, what do we give the resellers? The word that comes to mind for most people is commission. All right, you sell something, we'll cut you in on the deal, you'll get X points of commission. You sell more, you get more commission, etc. That's a pretty common misconception. At least in software sales these days, that's not the truth. The reason that the resellers are in this and they choose to sell your product is because of the services that they can add on top. And maybe a really good example is at HubSpot, for every $1 of commission that we paid a reseller, they usually got at least $10 to $15 of services that they were able to bill. And that too in a recurring fashion. So if you think about that, it's like the commission is peanuts. It's almost negligible. It's important, but it's really not that important. And once you understand that, then you start to think about your reseller program in terms of what services will this reseller build atop my product, and what will make them be really fabulously wealthy because of that. If you can understand that story really well, then you have a better chance of convincing the resellers to sell your product. So that's the first thing I'd say is it's the service is stupid. It's really not the commission. The next thing that I'd say is a lot of channel sales programs, after a while, they have a few, dozen, 100, whatever, they tend to unveil some sort of a tiers program. So bronze, silver, gold, platinum, whatever, some medal of the day, and as a way to differentiate partners from each other. And usually based on something like sales or retention or something else, you climb up the ranks. That's very good, and it does in fact work. Resellers do love to have these badges and differentiate themselves on the basis of their expertise. However, one thing that's different at HubSpot that we did, which most people don't do, is we never changed the commission between these levels. So we paid 20% commission at every level, no matter what. And we didn't think much about it at the start, but it turned out to be really important. And the main reason is that if you got more commission as you went up the ladder, you could conceivably discount the software greater than a reseller that was junior to you because they got less commission. So someone senior to you said, I don't really care about the commission because it's all about the services, so I'm going to basically find a way to discount the software off my commission, and then they would undercut each other. That creates a horrible environment. So you don't want your resellers to compete with each other that much, especially not on price. You want them to compete on other reasons, on services and value, but not on price like that. So keeping a consistent commission, even as you roll out a tiers program, is another good tip that we learned.
Hey, let me tell you about a flawless product that I use every day. It's called Squarespace. And We build all our websites on it because it simply works, and I don't need to hire tons of developers or designers to have a great looking website up and running in minutes. And if you go to launchscale.net, or you go to launch.co, or you go to any of our websites, Launch Festival, we always use Squarespace because it's intuitive and easy to use, and all of the people on my team can log in just like they're using Google Docs or Microsoft Word or just a calendar app, and they can just edit the website. It makes things so easy to use, and you get a free domain if you sign up for a year. It's trusted by millions and some of the most respected brands in the world. So get started, free trial today at squarespace.com. And when you decide to sign up for Squarespace, make sure you use the offer code TWIST and get 10% off your first purchase. Yes, go to squarespace.com, sign up for free. Hey, you get a free domain name if you do it for a year. And when you decide to sign up, because at least sign up for free for a trial because they're so confident, you can use the promo code TWIST. Thank you to Squarespace. I mean, they've been a supporter of this program in independent media like this program for years. Really great company. And if you're a developer or a designer or a business development person or a business person, let me tell you, that's probably the best company you could work for in New York. Anthony over there does a great job, and it's a great team. Everybody go ahead and thank at Squarespace on their Twitter and Facebook handles, and go ahead and give it a shot. If you've got a small business, or your mom or your uncle or your cousin needs to get a website up and running, or you have a special project or a portfolio where you want to do commerce or calendars, all that stuff is in there, and it looks like $1 million, and you only pay tens of dollars. Okay, thanks again to Squarespace.